Patron, take them away.
Okay guys, my voice will be out of sync because when I did the recording I forgot to switch the mic on. Anyway, as we are looking here, we're looking at the DAX 40, commonly referred to as the German 40. Now what I'm looking at to start with is a daily chart, and I can see there's a rejection from yesterday pushing down heavily. Now, this is moving into the key levels that I'm just highlighting just now. Now, from there, you can see the move from the large hammer at the bottom, which I'll put a fib retracement on and pull it to the top. And as most of you know, I look for a 50%. But on the way coming into that 50% is some key levels that I'm going to be very, very careful with. So what we'll do, with the 50%, we'll make a solid green line just so we can see exactly where it is, because that's roughly where I believe the market is going to be moving to. Now from there, it's just a case of monitoring the chart to see what the strong reaction is on the lower time frames. So again, you can see that solid move, and now we can see the solid body red coming in, telling us the sellers is taking over this market. Now if that's the case, there's a high probability it's going to push down onto that thick green line that I've just drawn in. And why? Well, if you look at where it is, it's coming across at some decent cluster points. Okay, where the market has stalled before, so again it is high probability. As we drop it further down, we're going to put an order in, which is going in now. And we're going to target down to there. Now I do carve, I bounce price around because we do have these barriers in front of us which don't really want to be hassling around. So I'll let the price run down into it, take a little bit of money off, and then from there try and salvage anything that's left. And what I mean by that is I'll take the bulk of the money off and I'll leave a little trailer running. Now that trailer can just keep on going if the market keeps rushing, but it means I've still been paid. Now if we come back out to the 4 hour, which we just have, we start seeing the makeup of what the drop is a little bit more clearly, and you can see I'm highlighting those levels I've just been talking about right now. So that's roughly the premise of the trade. Now what I also have a tendency to do is mark areas out with Fibonacci. Now with the fib, not only can it pull up the levels that we're looking at now, it can also show you the stretch points based on the last solid moves prior. Now from the red candle that we're looking at where the price is at the moment, we can see there are two major downward shifts behind it. Now if we put on an extension onto each of them, it'll start to highlight different areas. Here we go, dropping one in now. So from the last move prior, pull that down, put it back to the top of the candle, it'll show you a 127 extension and a 161, and sure enough that 50 that we're targeting from the daily is in between them. So that gives us a true target point. It means we're on the right track. So that's the basis of this trade. I am on holiday this week, guys, so that's why it's all bitty, because I haven't got my proper rig in front of me. It's just a laptop, a sort of basic webcam, etc. And I'm just doing a little bit of work while I'm away and making a video up just while I'm doing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pause it, because like I say, I dropped an absolute clanger, but you'll still be able to see the trade, and I'll come back to it at the end and we'll finish it up. Catch you in a bit. Okay guys, round two. Dropped a bit of a clanger. I didn't switch the mic on at the beginning of this, so I had to do a little bit of narration for you. And then I've come back just so I can speak properly. Now, this market is actually rocketing down to where I'd marked out. And the marks that I put in was overall target onto the green line here, with some supplementary targets from the blue, which sort of represented entry and exit points. And sure enough, they've been respected, and it is boom, straight onto that. This is a thumper of a day, and it has paid me quite well, as you can see. Some decent money out of this. Now from there, we have nothing running, and there is no open positions left. So that's it. Done. Now what we have to do from the here, if I just break this down for you, there's the premise of the trade. Okay, we can see there's been a strong drive up, and what we have is a collapse. Now it did push up here, so we have this section to give us an idea of what's going on. Okay, and what we can see, it's plummeting through. It's come to this green line, which is where this cluster point is, smashing through. So its next visiting point is actually here down, and possibly all the way back down to where it came from. And that would be a full continuation of this. Now from there, we look at the 4 hour, and again, you can see it's on a super sell, absolutely screaming down. Okay, so good views there. Drop it into the hourly, which is where we basically get our ideas from. And as you can see, thump, thump, thump. This is a proper falling knife, and we're on the right side of the trade. I also did the right thing about taking the profits out, carving as we were going. Because when you have a falling knife like this, there is also massive reactions to them in the opposite direction. There you go, solid move down. You would expect that to continue, but it runs out of steam and then very quickly retraces on itself. So happy days, happy days. And that's it. So these videos are a bit bitty while I'm on holiday, because I've just got the laptop to mess about with, and it's not really anything that I do. I normally do these videos at home, and you'll see it, but there's a lot going on. I mean, it's just gone 9 o'clock here in Cape Verde, so done a little bit of work while Winky's messing around in the gym, etc. And why not? You know, I can now go about my day. I've been paid quite well, and that's it. So back to normal next week, and as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.